Here's the truth nobody tells you. Men don't get addicted to a woman because of how she looks in bed. They get addicted because of how she makes them feel when no one else is watching. And once you understand this, you'll see why some women, without even trying to perform, leave men obsessed, replaying that moment over and over in their heads. Think about it. Have you ever wondered why he keeps coming back, even though he's had experiences with women who were more experienced or wild? It's because true addiction doesn't come from what you do. It comes from who you are in that moment. Men become hooked on the woman who makes him feel completely alive, safe, and wanted, where he can drop the act and just be. When she's playful, unpredictable, and confident enough to express what she truly desires, it creates a high he can't find anywhere else. She's soft one second, teasing the next, then locks eyes with him in a way that makes him feel like the only man on earth. That's the moment he never forgets. If you want to know the subtle shifts that make him crave you not just in the moment but long after, stick around. I'm about to share the one thing that turns ordinary intimacy into an unforgettable experience. He thought he held all the power until she stopped, looked straight at him, and stayed silent. That was the moment he realized. She's the experience. Let's talk about the truth no one really teaches you, my friends. A woman can take off her clothes, she can arch her back, say every right word, give all she has, and still, by morning, be nothing more than a passing thought. Do you know why? Because performance doesn't make him hooked. Presence does. That kind of presence that freezes time, that shakes his senses and leaves an imprint on his very soul. Now, before we dive deeper, I need your support. I don't do shallow tips and tricks. I bring you the real truth that can change the way he will always see you. So if you already feel something cracking open inside, if you know this is bigger than another passing video, tap that like button, subscribe, and share this with one woman who's done with being forgettable. You with me? Good. Now picture this, ladies. The room feels warm, his hands are resting on your waist, he's leaning closer, expecting you to melt into him, move, kiss, or speak. But instead, pause, you stop. You take a slow breath. You lock your gaze on his, and you say nothing. No teasing grin, no clever remark, just stillness and presence. You hold the silence like smoke in the air, and in that instant his brain stalls. Why? Because this isn't what he's used to. He's used to women performing, pleasing, keeping up the act. But now he's face to face with a woman who knows her own power. You've become the tension, the unknown, the very experience, and I know what's crossing some of your minds right now. What if it feels awkward? What if he thinks I'm overdoing it? What if the moment slips away? Hear me when I say this, that pause is the moment. That pause is what turns him from being present to being consumed. Their eyes see. So many women believe doing more makes them unforgettable. But the ones who truly become his obsession, they flip the entire script. They do less, yet fill the moment with undeniable energy. That's what he replays in his head, like a scene from a film he can't stop watching. It's not about how many moves you make, it's about owning the moment. When you master the art of presence, especially in silence, that's when he feels something so deep he can't name it. He's not just turned on, he's marked. From this moment forward, I want you to carry yourself differently, speak differently. No more chasing connection by overgiving, over-explaining, or overdoing. Move with a new energy. I'm not here to entertain you, I'm here to leave a mark on your soul. And if you can feel that truth rising in you, type this in the comments right now. I am the experience he never recovers from. Say it aloud, write it, claim it, live it. Because darling, that's who you're becoming. Now let's get into these 8 moves that make him addicted, not to your body, but to your presence. Stay with me. First, the pause holds the power. Stillness isn't the absence of energy, it's the focus of it. There's a moment right before everything begins that many women rush past without even noticing. And that, my friends, is where the power truly lives. Most of us were taught intimacy means movement, rhythm, giving. You get close and your mind says, now move, now kiss, now speak, do something. But let me ask you, what if the most magnetic thing you could do was nothing? Think about that. Picture yourself inches away from him, the air thick with energy, his hands resting on your waist, his breath grazing your skin. He's expecting the scene to play out like always, heat, movement, lips meeting. But instead, you pause. You stay still. You don't flinch. You don't utter a word. You hold the moment like the charged silence before lightning, like the hush before a curtain rises, like the instant before a symphony begins. In that pause, his entire body chemistry shifts. He thought he was steering the moment, controlling the pace. Suddenly, without touching him or saying anything, you've flipped the dynamic. You've become the one commanding the space. And that isn't withholding, that's focus. That's emotional mastery. Now I know some of you are still thinking, won't it feel uncomfortable? What if he doesn't get it? What if the moment slips away? But believe me, men never forget the women who move differently. The ones who don't fill every second with sound. The ones who don't rush to please. The women who can take a single moment, stretch it, slow it, and make it burn. That pause isn't emptiness, it's a silent message. Your very body says, I'm not here to perform for you. I'm not yours to consume. You're stepping into my world now, and I choose when it begins. And that tension, that quiet charge does something fierce to his nervous system. It wakes him up, it drags him into the present moment. And whether he admits it or not, this is what he's secretly been craving. Not just stimulation, but stimulation that carries depth. Picture a bow being slowly pulled back. That breathless pause before it's let go. That's where all the tension lives. That's what sends the arrow flying. And you, my friend, are that bow. When you pause, you build that power. Because here's the truth. Masculine energy thrives on a blend of safety and uncertainty. He wants to feel your softness, yes, but also your mystery, your command. And when you pause, not from doubt, but from presence, you tell him wordlessly, you don't get all of me just because we're here. Access is by invitation. That's what creates addiction. Not the action, but the moment right before. That's what replays in his mind when he's lying awake staring at the ceiling wondering what just happened. So next time, don't rush. Don't flinch. Simply pause and let the power gather inside you, like a queen holding her throne. Because what comes next? Now we add the stare. And that's when you stop being a fleeting memory and become the unsolvable puzzle in his mind. Stay with me. Second, a 3-second stare that rewires him. Some women strip a man bare with nothing but their eyes, leaving him more exposed than any touch ever could. Let's go further. You've paused, taken the reins of the moment. Now you look straight into his eyes, not to check if he's interested, not searching for his approval. You're not smiling, not speaking, you're just holding the moment. 3 full seconds of breath. Softness and power. That gaze isn't playful, it's arresting. Most women glance and quickly look away, blink too fast, or fill the gap with nervous laughter or filler words. But you stay quiet. You hold the stare, letting him feel every ounce of it. And that's when something shifts inside him. His body tightens, his thoughts slow down. For the first time he feels seen, not just desired, truly seen. And without even touching him, you've rewired his entire nervous system. That stare becomes a mirror, showing him a woman who isn't seeking his approval, not waiting to be chosen. She already holds the space, already holds him. Let me put it like this. Most women are like firecrackers. Quick flash, quick fade, but a woman who can hold his gaze in stillness, she's like a slow, steady flame, hypnotic, constant, unforgettable. He won't fully know why, but his body will crave that moment again, not because of what you did, but because of how you made him feel. This isn't about dominance or submission, it's about presence. and true presence is rare. When you hold that 3-second stare, and I mean truly hold it, you send his body a signal he can't ignore. You're not leading this, you're meeting me here. That flips him from performance to presence, from autopilot to complete fixation. Third, use stillness to build the tension. Stillness isn't a lack of action, it's energy pulled in tight, concentrated. Many people don't understand that stillness is anything but empty. When done right, it's electric. In a world where everyone rushes, reacts, and overdoes, the woman who moves with intention, who breathes with purpose, who pauses deliberately, she becomes unforgettable. You've always been told to keep it exciting, keep him entertained, keep the pace high, but here's what they don't say. True power lies in your ability to create tension, not by doing more, but by controlling the space between what you do. Next time you're with him, slow it all down. Your touch, your gaze, even your breathing. Not because you're uncertain, but because you're deeply aware. Let the air grow heavy with anticipation. Let him feel the pull and the pause. His masculine energy will naturally lean into the space you've created. That kind of tension becomes unforgettable. It's like this. Imagine being in a theater just before the curtain lifts. The lights dim, the crowd hushes, everyone's holding their breath. Not because something is happening, but because they know something is about to. That's the power of stillness, anticipation, presence, command. When you slow down, you allow him to feel every beat of the moment. You pull him into full awareness. He's not drifting into thoughts of what's next. He's anchored here, completely under your energy. In that moment, you're not just touching him, you're holding time itself. That's what lodges in his nervous system, what makes him crave you beyond the act. Because he didn't just experience you, he experienced himself through you. So next time you feel that urge to rush, to perform, to fill the silence, pause, be still, let him twist and turn in the mystery. And when you decide to break that stillness, we'll talk about what to whisper, and why silence right after can be even louder. Fourth, whisper, and then go quiet again. It's not the whisper that hooks him, it's the quiet that follows. There's power in the woman who can drop a single line and then dissolve into stillness as if nothing happened. It's precision intimacy. No rambling, no over-explaining, no checking his reaction. Just one whispered sentence, then you let it breathe. That silence isn't empty, it's alive, working on him. Try this. When the energy peaks and he's fully with you, lean close, lower your voice, soften it, and whisper, "You have no idea what I could do to you. And I kind of like that." Then stop. No grin, no explanation. Sit back into your calm, as if you didn't just light the air on fire. Watch what happens. His thoughts scatter, his pulse kicks up. You just planted a fantasy, and now he's the one chasing the next beat. Not because you held back, but because you left space for his mind to wander. See, when you explain too much, there's nothing for him to chase. You've already filled in all the blanks, but one whispered sentence, followed by stillness, creates room for tension, wonder, and desire to grow. Think of the best movie trailers. They drop one haunting line, cut to black, and suddenly you have to know what happens next. That's you. You're not handing him a full story. You're leaving him with a trigger, turning intimacy into a cliffhanger. Trust me, men never forget the woman who made them feel more with silence than others could with endless words. So remember, whisper, then go still. Let the silence carry the weight. Let him lean into the next moment you decide to create. Fifth, change the energy mid-flow. He won't get addicted to what feels predictable. Predictability smothers desire. The moment he thinks he knows your next move, his attention drifts. Most women find something that works and stay there. The same touches, the same rhythm, the same tone. It feels safe, but also forgettable. But a woman who shifts gears unexpectedly, who plays with contrast, soft to fierce, playful to serious, slow to sudden, she's the one who lingers in his body and mind. Picture this. The moment is soft and tender. You're breathing together, skin to skin. Then, in a heartbeat, you tighten your grip. Your breath hitches, your energy spikes, and just like that, he's off balance in the best way. His system floods with dopamine, not because you added more, but because you did the unexpected. Or maybe you're laughing together, light and easy, and suddenly you go still. You lock eyes. The room shifts from playful to charged. He's left wondering what just changed and what's coming next. That's not confusion, that's emotional pull. When a man can't predict your rhythm, he stops performing and starts responding. He tunes into you, and that's when you stop being a fleeting moment and become the experience that rewires him. You're not just keeping things interesting. You're waking up something ancient in him, the chase, the thrill, the alertness, and all of it under your calm, feminine command. So don't fear switching the energy. Go slow, then strike. Be soft, then still. Laugh, then lock eyes. Let him feel the contrast, let him lose his footing, and let him remember that you set the rhythm. Now 6, let him reach. When you stop offering everything, you give him back the gift of wanting you. Let me tell you, desire doesn't grow when everything is placed in his hands. It grows in the empty space, in the gap between what he just had and what he now misses. Too many women try to hold connection by filling every single moment, touching, talking, initiating, reaching, always responding. But when you're always available, always giving, always there, you leave nothing for him to pursue. And masculine energy is wired for the pursuit. Next time you're with him and the energy is flowing, do something different. Pause, say nothing, don't touch him, don't finish your thought. Lean back into yourself and let the space open. Watch what happens. His body leans toward you. His hands reach out. His eyes search yours for what slipped away. You've woken up something primal, the instinct to chase. When you create space, not with coldness but with calm, you become a mystery to explore, not a prize already claimed. He doesn't even understand what's happening, but suddenly his focus is all on you. You're no longer fighting for his attention. You are his attention. Think of fire. Held too close, it burns out. But when you let it breathe, it grows. You are that flame. He only feels it when you let him sense what it's like to miss your warmth. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about knowing you don't have to overgive to be unforgettable. You just need to leave enough room for him to move toward you. And when you do, he won't just reach once. He'll keep coming back, not from obligation but desire. So next time, pause, mid-touch, pull back gently, say nothing, let him feel the loss, and let him reach. 7. Anchor the moment with a scent, a sound, or a word. The body forgets almost everything except the moments that made it feel. Here's a secret most women overlook. You're not just building a memory, you're building a trigger. A man may not always remember your exact words or actions, but he'll never forget how his body felt with you, especially if that memory is tied to something his senses can't escape. This is called sensory anchoring. When paired with presence, it doesn't just create a memory, it leaves an imprint. Light a candle with a scent so distinct it wraps the room in mystery. Play a song with a rhythm that syncs with your breath. And when the energy peaks, when he's fully open and aware, whisper softly, "You'll never smell this again without thinking of me." Then go silent. That's how you tattoo your presence into his senses. Now each time that scent crosses his path, it hits him in his chest. He gets that unexplainable ache because his body remembers what his mind couldn't guard. The same happens with sound. You don't need a long playlist, you just need one song, the one that played when he looked at you and felt time slow down. Now whenever he hears that beat, even in a random cafe, his pulse drops, and words, ooh, the right sentence can echo for years, but only if spoken at the right moment, with the right energy, and then left alone. You don't repeat it or explain it. You drop it and let it linger in him like a beautiful ghost. So light the candle, play the song, say that one unforgettable thing, and let silence finish the work. 8. With stillness, not performance. Anyone can touch a man's body, but the woman who makes him feel safe in silence stays etched on his soul. This is the part most people rush through. Everything's been said and done, he's breathing heavily, you're lying beside him, and most women, they hurry. They fix their hair, make a joke, grab water, talk about tomorrow. They fill the moment without realizing it isn't over yet. The woman who knows how to close with stillness gives him what no performance can: true presence. Next time, when it's all done and you're nestled against him, don't speak, don't fidget, just breathe. Let the quiet expand. Let him feel you, not through words or movement, but through the weight of your being. Let him feel your softness resting on his strength. In that stillness, something greater takes hold. He's not just remembering the pleasure, he's realizing, I don't want to lose this feeling. That's the moment you shift from a good memory to an emotional imprint. Men may seek excitement, but they become addicted to peace. The peace of the woman who doesn't rush, who can hold space without performing. Think of a beautiful song. You don't clap the instant it ends. You let the last note linger, letting the silence sink in. That's what you give him when you don't rush the close. You tell his body, this was real, not a performance, and his heart tucks it away as something sacred and irreplaceable. Never underestimate the power of the quiet after. It's the seal on everything you've built. End with grace, warmth, and weight, and he's not wondering what comes next. He's wondering how he got lucky enough to be there with you. Now you don't just live in his memory, you're in his nervous system. That's how addiction begins. Silently, deeply, with the woman who knows how to stay still and be felt long after she's gone. So now, my friend, you hold the full map. 8 shifts that make him addicted not to the act, but to you, to your presence, your energy, your stillness. And the beauty is, none of this is about being more, giving more, or performing harder. It's about slowing down, pulling your power back in, and letting him feel the difference between a moment he enjoys and a presence he can't forget. Remember, a man doesn't crave endless motion. He craves the memory of who he was when he was with you. The parts of himself that only came alive in your energy. That's why presence outlasts performance. Presence lingers. It leaves fingerprints on his nervous system that time can't erase. So let this sink in. You are not here to impress, chase, or overgive. You're here to be felt. And when you're felt, you don't become a highlight, you become the experience. The one he replays in his mind when he's staring at the ceiling, wondering why nothing else hits the same. Let the world keep rushing, you will pause. Let others try to perform, you will hold space. And in that stillness you become unforgettable. Say it out loud so it sticks in your chest. I am the experience he never recovers from. Claim it. Own it. Live it. And if this cracked something open inside you, if you feel ready to embody this truth, drop that sentence in the comments. Let me know you're locked in, and share this with one woman who's done being forgettable. Because when you own your presence, you stop trying to be memorable and start becoming impossible to erase.